All right, I'm Chris Johnson, and first and foremost, I'm a father of three and married. Got to get the shout out to my family, and I work for Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Alabama in Birmingham, strategy consultant, and with a specialization in health information technologies. And a little bit about myself: I grew up in Birmingham, Alabama, almost all of my life here. I went to undergrad at the University of Alabama in Birmingham, UAB, and then I also achieved a master's degree in information engineering management. And sort of how that happened was I looked around me at some of the management teams I was in, and there was about 7 in our collection, and I had a little ambition to go to the next level. And I realized that there was only, out of the 7, 5 had master's degrees that tacked onto their experience level, and that would distinguish them when they were looking for the ability to move up the corporate ladder. And so I talked to one of them about how they got their degree, and they were a graduate or alum from IEM and sort of set me on this path. And then I talked to Del Callahan a little bit and read some more about it online, and decided it was a pretty good fit for both the things I wanted to understand or gain knowledge-wise from a program, but it also fit the kind of hectic life that I described to you earlier as an employee and as a father and as a husband. So it was a really good fit for me for all of those things, and so I joined the program. It was not just the knowledge gained, but would it fit, would it allow me to still do the things I felt were important, which was be a father, husband, and a good employee. Actually, I did not know much about master's degree programs in general when I started. This person sort of set me on the path, and after I looked at IEM, I compared it to some offerings from some other local schools, and then I compared it to online schools. For me, as my personality works, I felt like the brick and mortar a couple of days a week, a couple of days per weekend on a monthly schedule worked better for my personality. I am a person who likes to meet other people, to build a personal network, and doing the online version only, like a lot of other classes offer, I felt was going to limit the experience I got from the program. And quite honestly, going to the classes kept me in a routine and a rhythm that kept me progressing and didn't allow me to procrastinate. I think what I was looking for the master's program is a better understanding of a couple of things. One is, how does a business actually run, right? How do you drive a vision all the way down to operations? And I think in the undergrad level, you get a taste of that. And then in the real world, you see pieces of it, but it's hard to kind of put it all together when you're embedded in a corporation, unless you're running your own show. Before the class, I was in IT management, managing a variety of things, content management, before that server engineering, and before that desktop configuration, sort of different departments inside the IT world. Okay. And I've been doing that for about 15 or 16 years. And after I took the program, after I went through it, I started to want to know what the rest of the company was doing. And I started looking for opportunities to move out of the IT division and into something that gave me a broader glimpse of the company, not ruling out management, but not limiting myself to management. And so a position came up in our consulting division related to strategies. And I thought that's the perfect place, because you see the entire company. You're meeting with executives and you're gathering information so that they can make decisions about which way the company should go, and they help create a vision. So it kind of felt like a fit for what I was looking for. It did get me out of IT, which was kind of my comfort zone and my family. It did give me the broader glimpse of the company and a greater understanding of our purpose as a company. Yes, I did not pursue only management. A couple of reasons is I had been in IT management for a long time, and there is just a comfort level there and a comfort level in management. And I realized the options to get the visibility that I needed into the company may not include a management level position. Now, I did position myself that management is obtainable again in the future, but in multiple different departments where I have created a network of folks who I understand what they do now that I didn't understand before. I'm interested in their business processes and their results and their purposes. And so all of that now opens up a whole new world of opportunities that I've gained visibility into through this current position. On a personal level, it was a little scary because I knew IT very, very well, and I wasn't sure about our strategy as a process. It's very process driven, and I tend to work better in a loose environment, not a well-structured environment. So I knew it was going to be a challenge for me there. Of the relationships I'd built in this corporation were strongly tied to IT. So I kind of felt a little bit alone at the beginning. Of course, I quickly formed a new family in the area I worked with, and that's passed. So I think the obstacles were a little bit just fear of the unknown, probably a little lack of self-confidence on my ability to jump right in and do these things because it was not in my background. And then I did have to learn how a strategy works within a corporation. Now, I say all that to say the IEM program did fill in a lot of those gaps. So the program itself does teach a bit about the strategy process and how it works from the high level all the way down to unit level, which is very nice because I already kind of had a base for that, and then I could adjust to the way my company does it. I could make that adjustment. And then also, I think the networking and the case examples and the multitudes of personalities that I met in the IM program sort of gave me a little more confidence that I could do these things. Both the hunger to understand and the backgrounds that I had privileged to meet in the program sort of bolstered my confidence that I could do those things. I felt like I was in college all over again. I was an infant learning a whole new world, something.
Yeah.
Right, and it was really exciting to me because I think that was part of what I was missing. I think in the IT world, I knew it very well, and I don't want to say I was stagnant, but I would say the challenges were more operational and less of a brand new thing. And again, I love the people I worked with. I love the organization. The IT organization where I work is fantastic. So it made the decision even tougher to leave. But I really felt like after I moved out, I had the freedom to explore a lot of things that were not available to me because of the limited scope of the work I was doing. Not the persons around me, but just the narrow focus of the components of IT that I managed. A lot of the experiences I gathered as a manager where I work and as years of IT experience, some of the things you do okay, but I think they were sharpened by the IM experience. For example, every IT manager is a project manager by default. You have to be, because you have to beg for money. You have to organize how you'll spend that money. And so that was kind of loose leaf. And then after going through the program, I had a better understanding of how projects are managed. I could converse with our project management teams and our IT PMO. And so it kind of opened up some new networks for me as well. Some places where I was hesitant to go because I didn't speak the language.
Right.
And so I think that was a big benefit to me. Again, I'm going into it, I was a bit naive because I'm a little older guy and I hadn't been to school in a long time. So I wasn't sure what it would look like or feel like or the demand would be. But I did still have the hunger to understand things. I needed to know how to read a financial sheet. I needed to understand how companies make decisions from the top and then filter it down. I needed to understand how to start a business because that's so scary to everyone, not just me.
Absolutely.
I needed to understand how to better communicate within my organization and outside of my organization and understand the different settings that go with those communications. And a very, very important thing is I needed to understand that I am a brand, that I'm not just a guy walking around the halls at the company I work with, but I carry a brand with me everywhere I go. And I didn't understand that until I finished IEM. And it's very powerful and a little scary to understand that you do have a brand and you have to nurture it just like you would something you're growing in your garden. And if you don't keep feeding it, it's going to stagnate.